Have you ever considered franchising or licensing your business? I get asked this question quite a lot. Paula, should I franchise my business? And I think in many cases people perceive it as quite an easy way to scale a business. Easier than having to go and get loads of new clients yourself and to actually service those clients, because it's a way to multiply your business. So surely that's so much easier. Now, I would say franchising can be an amazing way to scale a business, but it's not easy and it is not straightforward. So I thought I would share with you this week 6 key things to think about if you have ever contemplated franchising your business, or if it's a lurking idea at the back of your mind. Here are the key things that you would need to have in place or in mind for you to be able to turn your business into a successful franchise. The first question, the biggest question really is what you do replicatable? I think that's the right word, replicatable, replicable, something like that anyway. Basically, can it be repeated? Can you create it in such a way that somebody else can duplicate, mirror, match exactly what you do? Yes, they might be different to you, but it needs to be something that very much they can mirror exactly what you're doing and have a very similar level of success to you. So if you have a very high level of qualifications, or if what you do is very unique and very individual to you, then a business is going to be far harder to franchise because you can't duplicate you. So that's question 1. Is it replicatable? Question 2 is, can you create very clearly defined processes for how you do what you do? In order for somebody else to be able to come in and duplicate or replicate what you do, you need to be able to create very clear systems and processes. You need to be able to map that out and document it and provide that to that person, so that the first day they're starting their franchise, they've got a really clear procedure to follow. So if you don't think that your business is something that you can map out in very clear processes, then that's also going to make it particularly difficult to franchise. Step 3, can you create and deliver a training program? Franchisees, no matter how much experience or qualifications they've already got, they need to be trained in your way of doing things, in how to deliver the products or the services in the similar way to the way that you do it. So there's going to need to be a training program, and unless you've got somebody else out there that you're going to pay to come and deliver that training program, chances are it needs to be you that's going to deliver it. So if you're somebody that hates training, or if you're somebody that just finds that very difficult, if you're somebody that works in a very individual, unique way, and you struggle to articulate that, franchising is again going to be very difficult for you, because there are loads and loads of stories about people who have bought a franchise, expect this business in a box, and then it falls flat on its face. For your business to create a successful franchise, your franchisees need to deliver results. They need to see results, and that's where it comes back to training, to communication, to support, and all of that kind of thing. So if you can't create a training program and deliver it, then it's going to be difficult. Step number 4, do you have a budget for things like franchise agreements, and having somebody help you to create an operations manual? Franchise agreements are pretty complicated legal agreements. This is definitely not the type of thing to stick on the back of a fag packet or download something off the good old internet. It really is something that you are going to need some legal support with. It is likely to cost you a few £100. But without that, you very much expose yourself and you create something that's very uncertain, and chances are you're going to be asking somebody for at least a couple of £1,000s for a brand new franchise, and further down the line that's likely to be into the tens of thousands plus. So there needs to be a very clear legal agreement and a really good operations manual, and that is going to cost you some money. So there is money involved in setting up your franchise. Step number 5, are you willing to guide and support your franchisees? As I mentioned, the best way to grow a franchise is to have franchisees that are seeing consistent results. They're the perfect marketing plan. If you can bring in new franchisees and they can deliver results and you can demonstrate their performance, then it becomes much easier to sell additional franchises. But those people will not just do that overnight, and they won't just do that alone. They need support from you, they need guidance from you, they're going to need hand-holding from you. If that is not your bag, then franchising is probably not the way for you. If you're genuinely thinking somebody can just come in, I'll give them the processes and off they go and I don't really ever need to speak to them again, you're going to really struggle with a franchise. And step number 6 is, can you show them or help them to generate consistent leads? This is where the majority of franchises actually fall down, or where the majority of new franchisees find themselves very disappointed and with a far less successful business than they expected, because people assume that there is lead generation involved in a franchise. Many franchises do not include any level of lead generation, but particularly when you're first starting out, if you're building a new franchise, then for those franchisees to be successful, in order for your franchise to then grow and develop and be evidenced as worth the investment, it's really important that you can help those new franchisees in some way, shape or form to create leads, to generate leads. That again might come back to training. It may come back to quite a bit of hand holding in the early days. It might even be that you've got some central marketing that can direct some leads in their direction. But if you're assuming that brand new franchisees will come in and magically generate all their own leads, then you and they are probably both likely to be quite disappointed. So I have helped a few of my clients franchise. So if it's something that's a bit of an idea, a tiny little flicker at the back of your mind, feel free to get in touch with me for a chin wag, and we can have a chat about whether franchising is something that could fit well for you and your business. Head to my website, tailory.co.uk, and you can find out more there.